General Zexar the Unconquered had earned his title across 100 worlds. His crystalline form stood 4 meters tall, each of his 6 arms capable of wielding weapons that could vaporize battalions. For 2 centuries, no enemy had made him retreat. No force had matched his tactical genius. Now he knelt in the ruins of his command center, violet blood seeping through cracks in his once impenetrable exoskeleton, before a human woman who barely reached his knee. Sergeant Rachel Torres holstered her pistol, a primitive projectile weapon by galactic standards. Her squad of 12 humans had done the impossible. They'd broken through the Zalorian Empire's greatest fortress using nothing but obsolete Earth technology and something the galaxy had forgotten: guerrilla warfare. "Take me?" Zexar's translator buzzed, his voice mixing desperation with disbelief. "Just don't kill me. I surrender my armies, my fleets, everything. But please." Rachel studied the general who had glassed 17 colonies, murdered billions. The same general whose forces had laughed when Earth's primitive military responded to their invasion ultimatum. They weren't laughing anymore. "2 hours ago, you called us insects," Rachel said, stepping over the shattered remains of Zalorian honor guards. "Said we were bacteria infecting the galaxy." "I was wrong," Zexar admitted, his 6 eyes tracking the human soldiers who moved through his fortress like ghosts. They'd crawled through maintenance shafts too small for any civilized species, breathed toxic fumes that should have killed them, survived in temperatures that would freeze most sapients. "I studied every military doctrine in the galaxy. None mentioned your tactics." Rachel almost smiled. The Zalorians, like every advanced species humanity had encountered, fought wars with massive fleet engagements and energy weapons. They stood in formations, announced their attacks, followed 10,000 years of civilized combat protocols. They'd never faced an enemy that hid in shadows, attacked supply lines, turned their own technology against them. "You want to know how 12 humans defeated your entire command structure?" Rachel pulled up a hologram from her tactical pad. It showed the fortress's ventilation system. "Your species can't survive in oxygen-rich environments. We can. So we reversed your air filters." Zexar's eyes widened. Such a simple solution, yet no Zalorian would have thought of it. They'd been breathing increasingly toxic air for hours, growing weaker while the humans grew stronger. "Your shields stop energy weapons," she continued, "but not kinetic impacts below a certain velocity. Rubber bullets and tranquilizer darts. Ancient human crowd control tools. Your soldiers never knew what hit them. But the honor guard, they were in sealed suits. Private Jackson." Rachel nodded to a young soldier. "Show the general." Jackson held up a small device. "Electromagnetic pulse grenade, sir. We call it a can opener. Shorts out power armor but doesn't trigger energy weapon alarms. Learned that trick fighting insurgents back home." Zexar's massive form shuddered. "Insurgents? You learned this fighting your own kind. Humans have been perfecting war since we climbed down from trees," Rachel said. "Every dirty trick, every underhanded tactic, every way to make a stronger enemy fall, we wrote the book on it. Then we rewrote it, repeatedly." The general's 6 arms trembled. "Your species fights without honor, without rules." "We fight to win," Rachel corrected. "And more importantly, we fight to survive. Your empire made a critical error, General. You threatened Earth's children." Through the broken walls, Zexar could see his mighty fleet in orbit, dark, powerless. The humans had somehow infiltrated and disabled every ship while his forces focused on the primitive ground assault. "I've transmitted our conversation to the Galactic Council," Rachel informed him. "They're very interested in how a single human squad neutralized the most decorated general in Zalorian history without firing a single lethal shot." "Without?" Zexar checked his systems. She was right. His soldiers were unconscious, not dead. The humans could have massacred everyone but chose precision instead. "We're not monsters," Rachel said. "We're just very, very good at war. Earth accepts your surrender, General. Your empire will withdraw from all conquered territories. You'll personally oversee the rebuilding of the colonies you destroyed." "And if we refuse?" Rachel's expression didn't change. Then we stop being nice. And trust me, General, you don't want to see what humans do when we stop being nice. Zexar remained kneeling. His empire's 2,000-year expansion halted by 12 humans with ancient weapons and tactics no civilized species would conceive. I accept, he said, finally understanding why the humans' home was classified as a death world. Not because of its environment, but because of what that environment had created. The most dangerous predators in the galaxy didn't have claws or energy weapons. They had creativity and absolutely no limits when cornered.